G'day guys, Eddie here. Thanks so much for tuning back into the channel. Today's episode, we're just going to chat about these, the yellow hooks or the sling hooks or the Hammerlock slings, whatever you want to call them. We'll briefly chat about what they are, who they're designed for, what I think about them, as in the uses that I think they're really worthy of. Some of the legalities as well, about the VSBs and the ADRs, where to buy them as well. I've got some links in the description. So yeah, stick around and we'll discuss these yellow hooks. There's grouse, this little system with the next gen ranges. Camera's super easy, you just press one click there, plug it in and you can see where the ball is over the hitch. Stop about there, park brake on, otherwise the car rolls forward. See how that looks? Nailed it. That'll move forward a bit, perfect. Now it is a little bit hard to see with the wide angle lens. The tool trailer is actually facing up. That's because the tow hitch is way too high. Ideally with a single or even a dual axle trailer, you really want it nose down just a little bit. So not too much, you want it kind of flat to nose down. You definitely don't want the nose of the trailer up in the air. It adversely affects the handling. So easy fix, right? I know what you're thinking. Eddie, just replace it with a drop hitch. Problem solved. One of these or one of these, right? Easy fix, yeah? Yeah, nah. You see the problem with dropping the tow ball. So if you go off the ground here, roughly about 510 mil, right? 510 mil down. But off this, the tow tongue bracket, the tow ball is about 170 mils, right? Out. So let's see how this all changes when we put a drop hitch on. Yeah, I've got two different types here. This one here is an old one, it's an old Roadmaster one, rated at 2.5 tonne. So putting this the closest, the furthest into the vehicle as we can. The initial measurement of 170 mil to the centre has increased from 170 to 275 mil. So the actual ball has gone out 100 mil roughly from where it was initially. Disregard the height for now because this is obviously adjustable. Well, let's try the McHitch's one. This one's rated 4.5 tonne. Definitely overkill for the Raptor, but this is a hangover from my last car, which was the Y62 Patrol. And the centre of the hitch now is 290 mil. That's gone 110 mil plus from the original place, which is here. Now you can get other tow hitches that mimic sort of the profile of this, or the length I should say, from the hole to the tow ball. However, what I found is they're either non-adjustable, they're either too low or too high, which is fine, I guess, if you nail it and get it right the first time. But if you've got 3 different trailers like I do, got a camper trailer, got a tool trailer, and I've got a 8x5 trailer that I use mainly for dirt bikes, that I flip the axle, it's a bit higher. They all alter a fair bit. So if you've got multiple trailers, forget about the single height one. Regardless of whether it's drop or not, you need an adjustable one. I like this McHitch's one. The reason why I like it is it's bolted on so it doesn't wobble apart from the shank here. This one here, which is a great adjustable hitch, super quick, you just pull these out and there's too much noise and there's too much play in the car. So I do recommend the McHitch's ones, but as you're going to see in just a second, the issues we have with the tow ball coming so far out. And again, it's not so much the height because we can adjust the height quite simply. But while we're here on height, well, we had 510 for the other one, and this one here we're down to 490. So we've got a decent 25 mil drop here, and obviously can drop this further again. Now the ideal tool for this is a tow ball spanner. I've got 2 of them actually. I don't know where they've gone. So we'll just nip this up, not too tight, and always put a bit of grease on the thread as well. It just helps it, or anti-seize, just stops it from seizing up. But yeah, that's it. Throw our hitch lock on. I reverse this back up to the trailer, so the height should be pretty good. I might drop it 1 peg just to have a look, but you're going to see the issue we're about to run into. What we'll do is we'll drop this down another notch. All right, so we just dropped this down. So the original height was 510 mil. And we've gone down to 460. So we've gone down a fair way. Let's see how this all looks on the trailer. perhaps have gone too low, but this is trial and error, right? Ball's on. Now the issue we're going to run into is the chains are way too short. So you can see that they'll bolt on, but as soon as you turn left or right, it's going to bind up and you're going to bend something. You're either going to bend your drawbar, potentially snap a chain or bend a shackle. So an easy fix for this would just to be add an additional shackle, which is non-compliant. So you'll have to come up with something different. And what I've come up with is this. So there are definitely a couple of ways to extend your chain. I mean, if you're handy with a welder or you're a certified engineer, you can always just weld on an extension link, one that's rated. You can also just run a few extra shackles, which is not compliant, it's illegal. So the easiest way that I found, the cheapest way for me, rather than taking my trailer to a trailer joint, powder the chain, etc., which is just buying these yellow hooks. There's a few different sizes they come in. The main thing with the yellow hooks with the controversy is the weight ratings. I highly recommend you check out Robert Pepper's video. I'll leave a link in the description below. I've just put a chart up here just explaining basically just the ATM of the trailer and a rough guide of the minimum braking strength that you need. So then who else are these yellow hooks designed for? Some people have got some mobility issues, which I'll explain later in the video. So if you've got some bad wrists or bad knees or bad back and you can't bend over to, do up your shackles. Some people have extended trays, it's very hard to get under the car. We've got some older gentlemen obviously hooking up their caravans, and ladies for that matter, and some people just don't want to go through that hassle. Yeah, if you're young and fit and healthy and you're looking at this video thinking, what the hell, what's wrong with just doing up a couple of shackles? Well, maybe then these yellow hooks just aren't for you. Or if you're someone like us, where you go through multiple trailers, sometimes twice or 3 times a day, it just makes it that little bit easier just to hook in, hook out, and just get on the road. Installation of breeze, step 1, just remove your hitch pin, whether it's lockable or not, and just delete entirely the hitch, just to get out of the way. There are instructions, they're very basic. Basically it just says bring the 2 coupling link body halves together, position the tube in the center of the hammerlock, and don't forget to hook the hook through facing out. You want the hook out like this prior to hammering this in, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Basically it's as simple as run that over and hook this in. You've got the pin and you've also got the tube. If you can't really see what I'm doing, it doesn't matter, it's really not that difficult at all. And you've got to hammer this pin in, so I suggest coming in from one side that you have more access to. For example, this side rather than under the anti-rattle pin there. Just line it all up. Again, make sure all your ratings are facing out. The gate is facing towards you as well. And then just give it a couple taps. Once you've driven a little bit, just make sure the pin's straight. You don't want to bugger this bit up. If you've got a mate around or a little buddy, definitely get a hand. It's a lot easier with 2 people. But yeah, just send this one home now. That's it. It's Hammerlock 1 installed. Just make sure it's flush-ish. That'll have some play, but not too much play. Install the second one. We are good to go. That's it. That's in. Hooks are on. That should give us a little bit more length. Let's back up the ute to the trailer and see how we go. See how these chains go now. Well, here's a moment of truth. Let's see how the chains go now. So hitches in, we've got all the weight off. Just delete the shackles. pretty good. I'm very happy with that length. It's almost perfect. Look at that. That is not going to bind at all. It's not too long, it's not too short. The colour's just right. Another important thing to mention is if you got some shoulder or back issues, I guess, or knee issues, or any sort of mobility issue, I know, like especially in the wet, like doing the motorbike trailer in the freezing cold in the high country, it's just a pain in the bum when you're trying to hook up and unhook some things. I've had a couple of knee recos. I've got some issues with my back too. So one extra benefit, I guess, you don't have to sit here, you know, in tight spots under here near your toe plug. Like the Raptor's toe plug is, it's, in my opinion, it's in a terrible spot. A, it's vulnerable to getting damaged, and B, it's right where the shackle is. So I always found it like, it's not a pain in the ass, you know, first world problems. But I mean, that versus that, I'm gonna take this any day of the week. And once you're done, just grab your 7 or 12 pin plug and plug it in. In my case here, you can see the cable's very short. It's because I've had some pre-existing damage here, caused one of my mates. Thanks, Lincoln. Anyway, I need to repair that and extend that anyway. But yeah, just make sure prior to doing this that your cable is long enough and has enough length to swing around too. Look at that, have a look at that. That's heaps better. The front of the drawbar is just facing down a little bit. It's almost level, which is perfect. I did take this for a spin for a couple of days prior to making this video, and I can confirm the toe is 100% better. It's just so much smoother and just feels so much more landed. And this is with the cage trailer. It sits just a little nose down, which is perfect for single axles. So I couldn't be happier with that. If the chain's too long, you just hook in the next link and that's it. Very good investment. Very happy with this. Well, there we have it, guys. Install was pretty easy. I've heard some conflicting things about which orientation to leave these hooks. Apparently, some people reckon this is the right way, and others reckon it's going to be the other way. Something got to do with the gate becoming slack. I've spoken to a few different four-wheel drive shops and reached out to our own mechanics at work, and they said there's no Australian standard or no right way. It pretty much comes down to personal preference. I think this way makes more sense. It's easier to hook in, and as you can see, like that's not going to come out. If you do have a failure with the toe ball or with the drawbar, the chains are going to pull this way. I doubt they're going to pull up and out. Like at rest, you know, there's more of a chance I think coming off the other way, but each of their own. Yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Just a nice quick one. Thanks for watching. And again, if you guys are interested in purchasing these, I've left the Amazon affiliate link in the description. It won't cost you guys any extra as usual, but it just helps the channel out with new cameras and new mics and stuff like that. So, yep, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.